Kebab handi, a delicious meatball curry in a thick, luscious gravy filled with full-on flavour, all made in one pan. Join me and Mum in the Burmawala kitchen for the recipe. We start with 800 grams of mutton mince, which has a ratio of 80% meat and 20% fat. To this we add 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of carom seeds, 2 teaspoons of red chili powder, 2 tablespoons of dhaniya-jeera powder, 1 tablespoon of white poppy seeds, 2 tablespoons of green chili paste, and 2 tablespoons each of garlic and ginger paste. Next, we take 400 grams of onion, blended with a cup of fresh coriander, making sure to squeeze out the liquid before adding it to the mince mixture. We give everything a thorough mixing to ensure all the spices are spread evenly throughout the mince. Cover the mixture and place it in the fridge for 1 hour before we start forming the balls. We are going to form 12 large meatballs. You can make them smaller, but the larger ones look nicer in appearance, stay juicier, and shrink slightly when cooked. And there we have it. 12 perfectly shaped round kebabs, filled with amazing flavour. Time to cook them. In a cooking pan, pour in half cup of oil and bring it up to medium heat. Let's add in our meatballs, one at a time, gently, trying to keep them in their round form. Once we add them all to the pan, do not touch them for the first 3 minutes at all. Let it create an amazing sear. Remember, we are not fully cooking them here, just getting a nice sear. They will cook fully in the amazing gravy we will make. When it's time to turn the meatball over, it should easily come off the pan. However, if it still feels stuck, leave it in for a minute more, and it will then be ready to turn over. Once the meat is seared correctly on the bottom, it will easily peel off the pan. While our meatballs cook, baste them with the oil in the pan, which is now infused with all the spices. This step keeps the meatballs moist too. The meatballs will all get their color at different times. So once you have a good sear on each side, start removing them. Don't wait for all of them to get brown before taking them out, or you will burn or overcook them. Here's the last meatball coming out. Look how delicious it's already looking. Now, in the same pan, let's add in 3 onions, finely chopped using a food processor. We are going to start browning our onions and also deglazing the pan, picking up all the amazing bits left from our meatballs. It's just full of so much flavor. We are going to brown the onions until they are nice and golden. This should take about 7 minutes. Let's not forget to add 1 tablespoon of ghee. This takes it up to the next level and also brings in amazing aromas. Once our onions are golden, it's time to add the spices. In goes 1 teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1 tablespoon of dhaniya-jeera powder, 1 teaspoon of red hot chili powder, 1 tablespoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1 tablespoon each of garlic and ginger paste. We are going to cook the spices for 2 minutes with the onions to bring everything together and come alive. Your whole kitchen will start smelling amazing, like a spice bazaar. Keep it moving, as we don't want to burn the spices. Once the spices have been cooked in well, it's time to add in 600 grams of tomatoes, which have been well pureed and sieved. We want this smooth. Now it's time to cook the tomatoes with our spice mix. This should only take 5 minutes. We want to cook the rawness out, and we will know it's ready once the oil starts appearing on top. As the mixture was getting a bit thick, I have added in a cup of water. Once the water is in, keep on cooking the mixture. See how we are developing a thick, delicious gravy that also looks amazing. Next, we lower the heat and add in 3 tablespoons of full-fat yogurt. We lower the heat when adding the yogurt because we don't want it to split. Once the yogurt is blended into our gravy, we bring the heat back to medium. Don't rush this step, or the mixture will split. And here, Our gravy is ready and silky. It looks amazing, smells even better, and the taste is out of this world. Now, it's time to reintroduce our kebabs, which have been patiently waiting to be bathed in this luxurious, amazing gravy. Once all the meatballs are in the sauce, it's time to give them all a quick flip, making sure each ball is fully coated in the rich gravy. Let's bring it to a gentle boil, add the lid, and let it cook for 20 minutes. It's been 20 minutes, and the kebabs are fully cooked, and our dish is looking amazing. The oil has risen, and the smell is just outstanding. Let's move it around a bit. The gravy is a bit thin for me, so I will keep the heat on medium-high for a few minutes to thicken it up. I'll add the splatter guard to make sure the whole worktop isn't covered in splatters. And there you have it. Our kebab handi is ready, and it's absolutely amazing. But we are still not done. Here come the garnishes. 1 teaspoon of garam masala is sprinkled on top. 2 tablespoons of crushed kasuri methi are sprinkled on top. And last but not least, fresh green coriander, a generous amount thrown on top. Now, time for some beauty shots. And as always, the cooking pan gets cleaned up just like magic, and not mum using a cloth to lightly clean it up. Just look at this amazing kebab curry we made. It's absolutely delicious. We have large kebabs, filled with amazing flavors, juicy and succulent, in a rich, flavorful gravy. This dish is medium spicy and can be fed to the whole family. It also meal preps very well and can be frozen easily. It's best served with rice, but who am I to stop you from having it with naan, roti, or even mashed potatoes? And as always, full recipe and equipment details are in the description below. Thank you for joining us back in the kitchen. A comment and like would be very much appreciated. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps push this amazing recipe to even more people. Happy cooking!